The scrapyard is working perfectly. Yes, it's absolutely perfect. Very efficient. Hey guys, Seth in here. Welcome back for some more TerraTech. Thanks again for all the support and comments and likes. I appreciate that a lot. You guys are awesome. Probably the best subscribers, I would think, on all of YouTube. For sure, no problem. So thanks so much, guys. That's awesome. Back with a little more TerraTech. So the scrapyard is working perfectly. Yes, it's absolutely perfect. Very efficient. When you put it at an angle like this, you get the most speed, and all the blocks just come barreling down there like incredibly fast, which is just the best. So yeah, it's working perfectly. As you can see, there was a giant earthquake, or maybe aliens or something, most likely. So what I went to do was to take a picture of the scrapyard. I took a snapshot of it. And then, of course, as always, I went to remove the GSO cab here. I went to remove that. I accidentally grabbed the brick under it again instead of the cab. And so the whole thing collapsed. It just was a big disaster. And then I was like clicking the undo as fast as I could. And it undid. Just added this kind of perfect angle. So, yeah, but it's... this is also an option, I guess. You just have to figure a way to drop the scrapping stuff. This is pretty... I like how the anchor's in the mode there, too. I have another anchor there. It's not extended. Okay, so what we're going to do is see if we can survive. Build mode. Come on. Yes? Maybe? Is it working? Okay, so it's coming down back from space here. Oh my gosh. Things were so good. It was working so efficiently. Things were so nice. It doesn't look lined up, but I think it's because my wall and this base are not aligned. Otherwise, I think it... So maybe I should leave it lined up to the wall. I think I'm going to do an episode where I remove the base and change it out for something that looks a little bit better like this. What do you think? Should we just try to anchor it? Let's see what happens. Boom! Did it work? The second anchor didn't come down. So that it's oh, can't see now. Whoop, hey, what's going on? No, hey. Oh, is it not anchored? Oh, it didn't anchor. Oh, it anchored by the scrapyards, it looks like. Get out of there. How do I see? It looks like the scrapyards. It's anchored by the scrapyards. So as long as you don't take away the scrapyards, I guess things are okay. I really wish you could indicate. I wish you could click on the anchor and say extend the anchor or something, just so that. So now it's less kind of realistic, but I guess those are very strong scrappers, that's for sure. I think. Can I get back here? Let's see if we can't. I guess what I could do is go into this thing, pull off the scrappers. Oh, what a mess. It's just a giant mess now over here. We were trying so hard to make things all nice and clean and stuff. And it turns out just to make a giant mess of all that stuff. If I can't drop off some of these things. I tried to make that a bit lower too so I could pick up this stuff. I was going to say the scrapyard was just working beautifully. There was no really issues that I could see so far. All those guns are done. If you take a look at the GSO, the guns, look at that. All the guns are gone. All those little lasers. Oh, there's one left right there. He didn't go, but let's see what we've got. I think that picked up all the mess that spilled out. I don't know. I feel it's like it's fine, right? That the middle anchors aren't extending, but I feel like it's way worse. I feel like what's going to happen is I'm going to accidentally. Maybe what I should do is switch over. I'm gonna try it, I guess. I just feel like I'm gonna accidentally pull one of those off and the whole thing will collapse. Let's switch over here. Let's go up in the air again in the build. And then what I want to do is let's just take off the scrappers for now. It's too bad they were all perfectly aligned. They just barely fit. I'm actually at the max length for the scrapyard. So it was a perfect length. So thank you guys if you've left comments and suggestions and fixes. I'm sure Zed Yes had some wonderful wisdomical insights from last time and things. Like I mentioned in the last video, these videos are now going to be coming out a week. Like I'm going to make them a week ahead of time, and then I'll edit them during the week and try to get them out Friday. So this should be a Friday when you see this. So if you left some comments and if there's new subscribers, welcome and thank you for the comments, and I'll definitely read them. I think I just crunched my guy. let's just put the scrapyard down right on top of them there. Yeah, that's the best way. That's the best kind of scrapyard positioning we can get is when you crush your own vehicles. So yeah, so if there are comments and things that had suggestions, I definitely read them. It'll be the next video probably before I get to be able to implement anything or comment on the comments or anything like that. But thanks guys so much for understanding. It's just the IRL stuff. IRL has a life of its own, isn't it? Like it's weird. Like IRL just has like its own life, you know, and you gotta do those things. You gotta get up in the morning and go to school and go to work and all those kinds of wonderful things that on a Friday you just don't have to care about anymore, hopefully, unless you have to work the weekends, in which case that's I always hated weekend jobs. Oh, he came off successfully this time. I always kind of hated the weekend jobs, but you know, so I feel for you if you have to work on the weekend or have to go extra tutor classes or something on the weekend. I completely understand. I had to do that myself before, and it's not so easy, but sometimes you gotta do. I can't wait until somebody builds like a Matrix thing where you can just basically play video games. So I don't know if you guys seen The Matrix. I think a lot of you might not have even seen the movies The Matrix. They are basically a story about a guy that learns out he's been living inside a computer the entire time. And so there's artificial intelligence behind the Matrix, and they're trying to use people for batteries. It's kind of really cool idea. It's not new to science fiction. I think science fiction stuff has always kind of done stuff like that, but it is kind of cool. Why won't you snap? I want you to snap. I want you to attach to, like you did work before. So what's the dealio? What's the dealio here? Anyway, if the machines, they call them machines, if the machines had made everything into video games, I think people wouldn't have cared. I think they'd be like, yeah, I'm staying in the Matrix, forget that. What? You mean outside of the Matrix and in Zion you have to do, there's like no real entertainment stuff at all. It's all, you know, post-apocalyptic world. Why won't you go in there? This is very very troublesome. Okay, let's, oh, this one worked. So I think, is it just too low to the ground? Come on guys, we can't do 12 videos in a row on the scrapyard just because you guys aren't going to snap together for some reason. Can I move it down? Some of these rotation options are just kind of ridiculous. Like, I mean, I appreciate the fact you can make every possible rotation in the world, but at the same time, like, there's some that are like, don't make any sense at all. Or I wish you could select which one you want to rotate on or something, I don't know. Okay, that only took about 1,000 years, but I was able to get it back on. It looks like looks like the slope of the ground started to raise too much and it made it impossible for those guys to connect. So I ended up just building up a little bit of a ramp there for them. It's less than ideal. I really liked it the way before, but sometimes you get... What are you... I want you to just snap like the most natural way. Like on the side there is not the most natural way to snap. Am I just too far up? Like, oh my gosh. What, can't you just... You know, I already spent like an hour trying to get the yellow guys to fix. Now you're not going to fix... Like, why are you upside down? Why is that an option? Why is it an option to be upside down? This shouldn't be an option. Okay, let's try... I'm going to call it the Z rule, which is to try a different anchor point. So I'm pointing my cursor at a different spot and see if it will actually flip the right way. And... Oh, we had it! Back up! No! Oh, no! We had it! Oh, disaster. There we go. I think that's it. That looks like it. Oh, my gosh. Okay. The general rule to follow is... don't let your base collapse. That's the best rule I think you can find. I'm going to take that guy off for now, because there's nothing else on the floor, I don't think, out there. I didn't see. Did any resources fall? I don't think so. Okay. I think our factory is finally done. The frames actually don't seem too bad. I put some little bit of lights on there. I don't know. I got to figure a way to make things look a little bit nicer, I think. But I wanted to kind of separate the levels. That's why there's this kind of warning light there for the workers in the day that they don't run into stuff and things. So let's see what we've got. Start scrapping all this stuff. This is the best right here, just being able to just dump. Essentially, I can just dump them all. Some 40-something, 30-something of these useless drills that are no longer relevant to anything. Same with these lasers. This is pretty awesome. I could just scrap a whole bunch of stuff. Let's start with one. So it looks like that's all plumite and fibron. Do I have a fibron collector? I do have a fibron platform. So I think we can go ahead and go down here and start a fibron block. Let's do that. That's their fibron. Let's craft one of those babies. Craft one of those babies up there. And I think that's the way to go. So here we've got some guys circling. Yeah, I guess I got a ton of titanite, didn't I? So we could make another titanite block down here, I guess. Because I offloaded a whole bunch of stuff that came in the other side. And I think we're pretty good. So I would like to look at changing this. I really like how this turned out. The scrapyard. It looks cool. It's all very symmetric. It was easier to make. But so I want to do that with this guy. But boy, just where I do like the layout of everything here. Whoops, what am I doing over there? So the layout's all really good. Except I got stuck driving under it. There's no way to get unstuck. Once you're stuck, you cannot get unstuck. Why? Why is this? Can I absorb out of here? Okay, maybe it'll let me pop out of there. There we go. Okay. So I was really happy with the 2-track system, which I don't really want to rebuild, but I think it would be so much nicer. It'd be so much nicer if we updated it to the yellow. But I've got so many blocks and stuff here too, don't I? All those blocks and things are gonna like collapse. Got way too much stuff on there. Well, I'm gonna maybe leave it for now. We'll kind of think about it. Whoa, what's going on? We'll maybe leave it for now and see what it looks like in a little while. And I might scrap that. So yeah, this is going pretty good. I think I'm pretty happy with it. If I stop getting stuck. Okay, this guy needs like some bumper around him or something. He just keeps getting stuck constantly. How can he get stuck? How can you drive into something and get stuck? So I should be just selling off any fibron that comes this way. Or plumbia, I should be selling all the plumbia ingots. I just don't want to deal with plumbia. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. What about Fibron? Well, you can always use Fibron. Sometimes you're out in the distance somewhere and you're like, oh man, I kind of forgot about Fibron. And then although Fibron's really easy to get. Trees are fast to regrow and things, so Fibron is pretty good. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with half this stuff. So I've got a bunch of Luxite that's circling the bin. I should also make a Luxite thing, I guess. Luxian block. I think that's pretty good. I think that's good. And I think the factor or the scrapyard here is doing pretty well. I think we can get rid of that. So then I could just pile on the next one. This is so much faster. So before I tried doing several scrapyards and several different things, and just because the system I had in place was not super great. But this way, it seems to be just working pretty well. I really like this so far. It's doing pretty good. And so I'm able to just dump a whole pile of these things in here. And I think that's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna scrapyard for a bit, and that'll be our piece. Hey guys, I'm back, and I think everything has gone well. The scrapyard is working quite nicely. Even when things get kind of backed up a little bit, it's no problem. It's easy enough for them to go around a second time and things like that. The only issue I ran into was when I had more than one resource starting to get backed up. So that was the only thing, but overall, I think everything is pretty good and pretty decent now, I think. So let's take a look at all the bricks that I have left here. I basically recycled almost everything. I like to keep a few, because you never know. You never know when you need another block of some sort of type, that kind of thing, right? So I wanted to make sure that I had enough of kind of one of each or some of each, that sort of thing. So that's great. And let's take a look at all the resource blocks. So here we are. Let's go through. So GSO, I went through and reduced all those blocks. So I scrapped all the existing blocks for each type here. And then in Hawkeye, I've got 111 Plumbia, only 9 elastic, so not very many elastic, 54 Luxian, 73 Titanite, and 30 rubber, 16 radius. Rhodius, yeah, 16 Rhodius, 31 Celestite, Carbius, only a little Ignean, and some Fibron, and 7 of Uridian, I guess is maybe how you say it. I don't know. So I think that's great. So overall, everything is pretty good. I think I've scrapped pretty much everything that I want to. I might scrap some of these tires just as I go, but this is just something that probably just end up selling these parts, that sort of thing. So really happy with the scrapyard. Really happy with how the scrapyard turned out this time. So I think that's going to be it for today. So thanks very much for coming to hang out with me today. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you again next week for some more TerraTech when I think I'm going to try to tackle the manufacturing wing and reduce it and create the new version of manufacturing wing. Okay, take care. Have a great day, guys. See you again real soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.